Okay, good morning guys. This is going to be your class video for the cherry marmalade and the peach jam that we're going to be doing in class on Saturday. So this is the oranges. Actually, I did not use oranges. I used mandarin oranges. You can use the big oranges if you'd like. But so the recipe calls for 2 pounds of fresh sweet cherries. And 2 pounds, just so you know, will be about 5 cups of pitted stemmed cherries. Okay. It's calling for 2/3 cup chopped oranges, and we want every part of the orange. So this is the peels that we've already chopped. And this is what we have in our pan right now. So these are the cherries, the oranges. We've got 3½ cups sugar, 1/4 cup lemon juice, and we're going to add, once it starts simmering, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of butter, and the butter will actually help reduce a lot of the foam. So that's why we're putting that 1 tablespoon of butter in our marmalade. So this is where we are right now. The process is going to be no pectin. The sugar is going to do all the work. So what we're going to do is use a candy thermometer, and we are just going to let this cook. I'll stir it a few times, but we're going to let it cook, and the temperature needs to be to 220 on your thermometer. Once it reaches 220, we're going to take it out, we're going to jar it up, and then we're going to put it in a water bath for 15 minutes. So we will bring you back through this process as it goes. And then over here, Miss Kathy is chopping our peaches up. We've already blanched them. We're removing the skins and the pits. And for this one, we're going to need about 14 medium peaches. And that's going to equal 3½ pounds, per recipe. And that's what it calls for. So when we get this started, we will bring you back and walk you through this process as well. Okay guys, we're almost done with the peaches. So this is what we're looking at, about 3½ pounds here. I do want to just suggest that when we are canning or preserving jams, marmalades, jellies, we do not want to use anything aluminum while we're cooking. That will change something in the makeup of the fruit. So just keep that in mind. I could probably do some more research and give you the scientific answer. But I'm just going to ask you to trust me and not use anything aluminum. So that's why we're using the Teflon coated pan. We're using a wood spoon. I'm just making sure that we don't do anything to mess up our jams or marmalade. So, and that little tidbit, I believe, came from an Amish lady. So, and we all know that the Amish are in my opinion, some of the best canning people. So I added the butter because it had started to simmer. Right now we are up to 211. And I don't, all right. So I will bring you back when we get closer. Okay guys, so we're almost there. It's up to about 218 going into 219. So I just wanted to give you a look at it. What it's going to look like. So when it's done and it gets up to 220, I'll bring you guys back. We do have our jars sterilized in our microwave. And we're going to get our water bath canner going and get it ready to go. And I'll bring you back. Okay, so it got up to 220. We're taking it off. This is what it looks like. It's really rendered and darkened. So we're going to pull it over to the, I'll have you do it.
Here we go. Just going over to the working station.
And now we're going to start filling our jars. They're in the microwave. I should have put this on a tripod, but that's okay.
Do we need vinegar?
No, just water. We're not going to use vinegar to wipe the rims. We just need a paper towel of water, wet it down, and I don't know what I did with the one I had, but we'll get another one. And I'm going to have Miss Kathy fill the jars. And we're just using the cute little jelly jars. You can use the pint jars if you'd like. If you've got a family that really likes jams or jellies or marmalades, I would suggest using the pint jars. But
I dropped the water. Grace is not my name. Okay, and I'm using the wooden spoon to dip, right?
Yep. So remember, we're not going to use any aluminum. We're just going to use wooden. We're going to fill those up. We're going to leave 1/4 headspace. So up to the
top line.
Yeah, that's plenty. I think that's good. Yeah. Okay. And you can tap it down if you're not sure, but tapping it down will also bring up the air bubbles as well. So it's
a little more in there, I think. You said 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch.
1/4. So maybe just a little bit more. That's good. So we'll tap it down. We'll get the air bubbles out of it. You can also use the debubbler, but for marmalades, jams, and jellies,
less trauma to the...
Yeah, you really don't need to. But it is recommended that you tap it down to bring the air bubbles up. Plus it settles the fruit on the bottom and you can get more in your jar. So we're going to finish filling these up. And then I'll bring you back when we're ready to wipe the rims and get the lids and seals on, okay? Okay, so we have it all jarred and I've wiped my rims. So we've got 3, 6, 7, 8 little jelly jars. And then we're looking for a pint jar right now. We're going to put the rest of this juice in a little pint jar. And I think that would be really good for like ice cream topping. So look at that. So right now I'm going to put my lids and my rings on. And we're going to put them over into the water bath. So I will be right back. Okay, so Miss Kathy's going to move them over into the canner.
Oh, I think we need to get one on it, huh?
Yeah. There we go. Now remember, we're only going to do fingertip tight. Remember not to place the jars directly on the bottom of your pan. You need something between the jars and the pan.
And say this is a little silicone flour today in the bottom of this pan. Can it sit between them?
I don't know. That might be too much directly on the...
Yeah.
Maybe move it more towards... Maybe.
I'll do them around the flour. We too are learning in this process, people.
I got those little silicone little mats at my Walmart, I believe. You can use a towel too. You don't need any special equipment to preserve food. There are different ways you can do things. You don't need a lot of specialty equipment. So you can put a towel at the bottom of this pan and that would work just fine. So
Kathy's just having a parking problem.
well, that little silicone thing's a little small. But so anyway, when it starts to rolling boil, we'll start our timer for 15 minutes and then pull them out, and that's all we got to do. So I will bring you back when it starts the rolling boil. Okay, so we took the juice that was left over in the bottom of the pan, and it was enough to fill 1 pint jar. Again, I think that would be really good on ice cream or any kind of snack cakes or...
Could probably be swirled in a cake mix.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That would be really, really pretty.
So we're adding that to our crew.
And then we ended up putting another little metal plate down in the bottom. So nothing was touching the bottom of the pan. I didn't want to take that risk.
This is already thickening a little.
Yeah.
Okay, I did debubble that.
Oh, I don't.
Towel.
So we debubbled. We're going to wipe the rims. And I don't know if you guys heard, but Miss Kathy said that it's already starting to thicken. Finger too tight. That might be too tight.
Yep. There we go. Okay.
It's hot.
Maybe. Ooh. Well, that'll wedge them. They won't slide off the other then, right?
Yeah, I think that's okay.
Yep.
I think it'll be okay.
We'll need a little more water then. Right.
Yeah. So adjust our heat. It's already up on high. Yeah, I think that's perfect. Perfect. So all of our jars are covered, and we're just going to let it go for 15 minutes once it starts to rolling boil, and we'll bring you back.
So we got. So they're both on.
Okay. All right, guys. So we've got the rolling boil that we were looking for. We've set our timer for 15 minutes. There's your rolling boil. Again, it's not a simmer. It's a rolling boil. Okay. 15 minutes. And I'll bring you back. I think that's good.
So we're stopping and we're
Okay, so the timer went off. It's been 15 minutes. So we're going to pull them out of the canner.
And first will be our big gun, our odd guy, because he's got everybody else wedged. And then a nice rich color. I heard that pop already. And nobody shifted, so we're not worried about a bottom.
You can't really tell in the little jelly jars, but if you look at the pint, that is a beautiful color. Oh, I hear popping already. Okay, so there you have it. We're just gonna let them set overnight, let them cool. They will be a little runny when you first get them out of the canner, but as they, that one's still bubbling, as they cool off, they will set up. And again, this is no pectin added, it's just the sugar. So it'll set up with that. So there's another pop. So we're popping over here. Here's another one.
That's probably a reflection of the smaller jars.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds like popcorn. Okay, so this cherry marmalade is done, and now we're going to start on your peach jam. So let me get everything out and set up, and then I'll start you back, and we'll go through the process step by step.
3 cups sugar.
So, okay, so we're going to start on our peaches now. We've already, again, we've blanched them, peeled them, de-pitted them, cubed them, and put them in a bowl. Again, no aluminum is used. We are going to do 2.5 cups of sugar. I think I would add a little, like a little bit more than a half, because we did add it just. I think we had a little bit over the peaches, didn't we? Maybe just a little, not much. Yeah. There we go. And then we're gonna stir that in.
Grandma always said, in the circle, make a well, turn it around.
And then if you didn't know, lemon juice is naturally high in pectin and will help your jam set up as well. So that's why we're adding lemon juice. So 1/4 lemon juice.
Little scavenger.
Okay, and now we're going to add it to the pan, and we're just going to repeat the process we did on the marmalade. We're going to heat it up to 220, remove it from the heat. We've already got our jars sterilized. They're in the microwave. And then we will fill the jars. We'll tap it to get the air bubbles up. Wipe the rims and process it for 15 minutes. So, but we'll bring you back as this process goes as well, just so you know. We're going to turn the thermometer on. Turn the heat on. All right, it is started. So we'll bring you back.
Already when it's shade lighter, did you notice that? They
Yeah.
lightened up with the shade.
Yeah. Okay, we're at 131. It's starting to boil. I'm going to put my little pat of butter in there. Just wipe my hands off here. I'm going to stir that in. Again, that just helps the foam. I don't know. Have you guys ever met Wilkie, Kathy's little dog? You got to meet him. He is, let me get this. He is the cutest little thing. Look at him.
Look, show off.
Wilkie, can you say hi? Can you say hi to the guys? Say hi, guys.
Say, we're not sloppy today, are we? There's nothing for you to pick up. You go
Isn't
tell
he
us all about-
cute?
Say, I'm almost a teenager.
All right. Yeah, that's my buddy Wilkie. He is a good boy, aren't you? Yes. Okay, we will bring you guys back as the process continues. Okay, guys, so we're at 212 right now. And that's what it looks like. Almost ready. Almost ready. But it looks like it's turning darker as it's cooking. I think it's from the sugar. The sugars are browning in it. So, okay, well, that's where we are. I'll keep bringing you back. Okay, guys, so it is done. We pulled it off rather quickly because we thought maybe it was going to stick to the bottom. So, sorry we didn't get that video, but we just pulled it off, put it in another bowl, and this is what it looks like. And we cheated and tasted it, and it tastes really good. So what we're doing is we're filling up our little jelly jars again to the 1/4 headspace. We're going to tap it down. I'm going to wipe the rims, put the lids and rings on, and put it in the water bath canner for 15 minutes. But I will bring you back during that process. All right, guys, so this is what they look like. Aren't those just super beautiful? All right, we're going to start putting them into the water bath canner. And we got 10. And then marmalade, we only got 8. So we got 2 more little jelly jars out of this one. And it's basically already boiling, so that'll go pretty quick. That one could probably scoot over, yeah. Sorry guys, I'm sure you didn't want to look at the stove. I'm sorry. I need to pay attention to what I'm doing. Is that it?
One more.
One more!
Got it. It's tilted, but it's on there.
Okay. So there we go, guys. We're going to 15 minutes. Actually, we're going to wait just a second here. It's not really rolling boiling yet. So after it starts rolling boiling, we'll start it for 15 minutes. But it's very close to doing that now. So we'll bring you back. Okay, guys. It's at a rolling boil, so we're going to start our timer. 15 minutes. And then we will have it all done. So I will bring you guys back. Okay, guys. So the timer just went off. It's been 15 minutes. And I need to correct something that I did in our cherry marmalade video that is a no-no. So my apologies. This time we're going to do it right. So after you process or water bath anything, you want to allow it to sit in the water bath canner for at least 5 minutes. No more, no less, 5 minutes before you pull it out and put it on a towel. I got overly zealous and in a hurry, and I did not do this one the right way. So we are going to let this sit for 5 minutes. So at 125, we will then pull them out of the water and move them to a towel, but I'll bring you guys back in about 5 minutes and show you what they look like when we pull them out, okay? So my apologies. Just please allow 5 minutes of them to rest. Flame off, obviously. Everything's off. You know, just turn everything off and just let them sit in your water for 5 minutes, okay? All right.
There. Okay. Final
All right.
product.
There they are. Can you guys see them okay with that steam? So they set for 5 minutes. We're now pulling them out of the water. And they're already popping. So that's what they're going to look like. So there you have it, guys. This is your class video. I will try to get this uploaded this evening. And we'll go over all of it again in class on Saturday. So we'll see you then. Just a reminder, class will be at Kathy's home on Saturday. There's a wedding at church. So we'll be here. We'll be meeting here, okay? All right. We'll see you then.